It is day 1 of 75 hard. Hi guys, so we got about a week done at this point. I'm not going to be doing every single day, but now this is kind of getting into a couple more weeks into it, so enjoy. Guys, it's day 8. It is freezing, it is raining, but we are here and we're pushing through. Today was a really hard day. I worked from 7 to 3-ish. Took a little nap, then I went to the gym, did some legs. It was so hard for me to get up out of bed. I could have slept more, you know, those days. But then after the gym, I was like, you know what, let me just get my walk in now. But we are making it through, guys. I need to do better at scheduling my days. I definitely could wake up earlier, get a walk in, and then work, do what I have to do, and get my little gym sesh later, because I can't be doing like 2 workouts in a row. I don't think you're really supposed to. I don't know, I'm still doing the 2 workouts. I definitely need to eat more food because I feel like I'm losing weight, losing muscle, and I don't want to. I want to maintain. All right, I'll check in later. Hello, I realized I didn't really talk much about what I'm reading or what I'm doing for my reading. So I've been reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, and it's really good. I like how the author writes. It's basically about saving your energy for things that are worth it to you, and just not caring or not putting so much energy or effort into other things that don't really matter. Kind of just saving your energy and stuff like that. And it gives like pretty cool perspectives. I am on page 85 and I'm about to start my reading. Of course, I do 10 minimum. Sometimes I do a little bit more if I'm like into it. Coming from somebody who isn't a big reader, if I wasn't in this challenge, I probably wouldn't read as much or read at all. I've been trying to make myself read. It's hard for me to pick up a book, but once I'm in it and once I'm like interested in what I'm reading, I will continue. I'll be like, oh wow, like why don't I do this more often? Sometimes it feels like a chore, but kind of like the gym earlier today, I'm like, I don't really want to go, but afterwards you feel good. So yeah, that's my little book update. Hello, we are doing our second workout of the day, which is outside, and I'm going for a walk, and it's raining. Starting to come down, but we're here. I'm kind of enjoying these walks actually, because it's kind of very grounding. Breathing in the fresh air, even though it's raining, the sky looks cool, and there's just something empowering about being outside when nobody else is. I'm becoming accustomed to this, even though, you know, I'd definitely rather be in my bed like everybody else when it's raining. We're taking the positives out of this, guys. Happy Wednesday, little update, and that's it.
Tastes like strawberries on a summer evening.
We're out here walking. I think it's day 15. Okay, we made it to the gym. So I look extremely tired because I mean I am, but I'm not like terrible. Everyone's still sleeping, so it's hard to get here. But we're here, we made it, and we're doing it. Doing a little hot girl warm up. I am absolutely exhausted. I think today is probably one of the hardest ones for me. I feel like I'm so accustomed to this routine of like getting things done that like it doesn't even matter how tired I am. So it goes to show you how you could really build up your mindset. I'm kind of learning that I could do this with anything and kind of make anything a habit, which I known. I kind of think like, oh, you have to do this or you're gonna let yourself down, which has really like motivated me and kept me disciplined. I feel like I've really built up my discipline during this challenge so far, and I'm so excited to see like where this will bring me. Like I keep thinking like I want a cookie so bad but then I'm like, when I wait and I'm done with this, I'm gonna let myself eat whatever I want because I deserve this, and just like the reward, you know.
Breathe me in, breathe me.
Guys, I'm going on a podcast. I'm really excited. This girl from the gym, Dana, asked me to be on her podcast when I made a post about like social media versus reality. We're gonna be talking about, I guess, stuff like that. I'm really excited, but I'm also nervous because I don't really know where this conversation is gonna lead. I've always thought about doing a podcast, so I'm like so excited to be on one. I listen to so many different podcasts, so I'm excited. So yeah, I will try and film some of it. That's really it. Let's do it. Not me in a rush all the time, but
I'm gonna be so mad if we like record and
like
it fucks up. Hello everybody, this is your host Dana Friends, and I have a special guest today. Linda Mildner. Can you introduce yourself a little bit, Linda?
I'm from Long Island, New York. I love fitness. I love sharing my passion for fitness, and I love traveling, being with the people I love.
Me and Linda actually met kind of through Instagram, but we were going to the same gym for a while.
Yes.
I actually found your Instagram, like one of the first Instagrams I followed when I started at Unique back in like January. That's when I started my Instagram. I just thought you were one of like the coolest gym girls. And I'm like, oh, I want to be friends with her one day. But I was just kind of like inspired by your hashtag unfilter yourself, because it's very hard to do. So I think it's a very important topic to cover, especially because so many of the listeners are coming from Instagram, and there's going to be so many people listening that I think will be able to kind of like relate to the things that we're going to touch on.
Oh yeah.
Instagram has always had filters, and like I feel like it was fine until they started coming out with all of the face distortion filters.
The makeup.
And
the nose.
the nose, the
the
jawline, the jawline. It's so easy to like get sucked into the trap of using them, and then you can't take it off.
And then you feel so just not good enough when it's off. Like,
that's so true. Since asking you to be on the podcast, I've really been trying to use it less and less. Were you using filters at any point? Because I know that you try not to now.
I think everyone probably is guilty of it. You put it on and you feel good because obviously it enhances your looks, so you want to keep using it, but also it's like you don't look like that,
and you start to think that you do look like that. Just get used to it. Like, that's literally your face.
Yes,
it's so hard.
It's so hard, and the fact that it's hard is the problem. Like, imagine there was no filters. Would people like talk as much, or like go on their story and post stuff?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Because it's like an easy way to hide from things. I think the thing about like Instagram is there's so many other people watching you. Like strangers can watch you and they're like, wow, they're so pretty. And then a lot of the time it can be with a filter on.
Yes. That's the
We're
thing.
like, wow. The way I try and look at it now is like, wow, she looks really pretty with that filter.
Yes.
Not to say the person isn't like pretty themselves, just kind of like recognizing it.
I know, I do the same thing.
Oh, it's so difficult.
Yeah.
To all of our listeners, remember when you're like watching somebody's Instagram story, you can see the filter on it. Just like take that into account. I'm guilty of it. Like, I have days where I just don't feel like I look that good, and I'm gonna use the filter. While I'm even like conscious of these decisions, and I really want to stop, I'm sure I'm still gonna do it in the future. Like, it's so easy.
I always just like go back and forth. I guess that's where my little hashtag like unfilter yourself came from. I guess like more so stories, because like with the filters they're more like the makeup. It's not like you can make a post with it. But every time like I go to that, I'm like, I want to use it so bad because I feel, I guess, just more secure. If I don't have like a pimple on my face, like I feel more like no one can see it, you know?
Yes.
And like I'm like, guys, like we're all human, we all like go through that, we all feel like that.
Do you know like the app Face app?
Like Facetune?
No, Face app.
No.
This is the most problematic app.
Wait, is it like the one that makes your face like you look like a model, like flawless?
Yes.
Okay, I've heard of it. I've never.
Yes.
Okay.
And I used to fucking use it.
Okay.
I don't know why I did this. For a really long time, I used this like app that changes your face, but it would literally make my lips bigger, like make my jaw look better, make everything look a little bit better. But I'm like, I look back at those photos to kind of like compare myself to them, and I'm like, I can't compare. That's not me. That's like a robot.
I think because we're so like used to looking, like scrolling on our phones and seeing like all these perfect like pictures of Instagram models that look beautiful all the time, you know, like just flawless, and we're like, I don't look like that, like without any editing.
But you know what? I feel like these Instagram models do the same
don't look like that either.
Well, they don't look like that, but they also do the same fucking thing.
I think it is.
Realistically, nobody's ever truly satisfied with the way they look.
Yeah, 100%.
So my whole point here is that people are just easily persuaded, I guess, or like influenced to want to be other people.
Yeah. I was listening to something and they're saying how like when you meet someone new, you're like, oh, let me see your Instagram, because you kind of like paint this picture in your head of like who someone is based off Instagram.
Yup.
Coming from that, I'm like, it's kind of like your portfolio of life for someone to judge you.
It's like your portfolio of life. Oh my god. I was thinking of it like a facade. Now, I don't think Instagram is a facade. No. I think that Instagram has some amazing benefits. I fucking love Instagram.
Me too.
This is just like kind of devil's advocate here. But that's so interesting. But yes, and you fully believe that their life is only
like
what they
someone
post.
is like based on even like go on mine sometimes. I'm like I don't really have pictures with my friends. Like, do people think like I don't have like, you know, it's funny like when you think of it like that. It's like, wow, like just people judge you just off like your Instagram. I don't really
that's so true
post certain things, so it's like they don't know that side,
right?
You
because
know?
Well, that's because we have like a niche on our Instagram. Like, because what would you put in a portfolio?
It's like your best work.
Your best
and that's
work.
what it is. Like, who's posting a picture of them just waking up with no makeup on?
That's not what like people are like, oh, that's like too relatable.
Exactly.
I think people like want to look at what makes them feel good too.
Mm-hmm.
There could be the most depressed person in the world out there, and they're posting every day on Instagram inspirational, motivating quotes, positivity, and you would literally have not a single clue.
No.
Until they just like disappear. That's what's interesting to me. For example, like when girls go through breakups, they're gonna go on Instagram. Yes, thirst traps, but they're gonna act like they have the best life.
See, this is difficult because sometimes I feel like when people are happy, they post like good times too. So it's like, how do you, you know?
You can't. I think the whole problem is comparing yourself to it, because yes, you could be having an amazing time, but at the same time, you could not be having an amazing time, and nobody would know that.
No one would know because you're smiling and you look like you're thriving. Like. With
that being said, I honestly do love Instagram. I feel like Instagram has a lot of pros.
Like, look at us, for anyone that doesn't know, like we literally, this is our first time sitting together like for the first time. And like actually like having a conversation. Like, that's cool.
And we met on Instagram. I've made like so many friends on Instagram.
Me too.
And I feel like that is the amazing thing about it. Especially when you find your kind of hobby and decide to maybe make an Instagram dedicated to that hobby. And finding a community. People based upon it.
That's
like,
cool.
I probably will never meet most of them in real life, unfortunately. Because they're like literally across the world, across the country. But that's what's so funny, cool about it. Do you find that it's like hard to keep up with though?
Yes. I feel like I'm constantly thinking of new like ideas for a post or video, like always. And sometimes I guess like it can get like draining maybe to live up to that, you know, like post every day. It's hard. I feel like a lot of people don't realize what people put into their posts. Like, it takes so long to like edit something, to I guess create it, like film it, I guess like be relatable like just all the time, and like be inspirational all the time. Like, you know, not everyone's gonna be that. I guess that's why I'm always like, unfilter yourself. Like, I'm trying to record not all the great moments too, you know.
For sure.
But
I think it's important to like show the failures.
It's
not all about likes, like it's not all about comments, but like you're making this content for a reason. You want to reach people with it.
I know you're very consistent, so like
it's hard.
You are though. I mean,
it's
like
so hard.
I'm like, damn, she's on top of it.
I was on 3 posts a day.
That's crazy. But
3 posts a day.
That's insane. I can't even post every day.
That's how I grew so much. Is my stuff annoying you how much I post? Does it get repetitive? And everybody said no. And I was like, well, fucking awesome. Like, I'll keep doing it then. I got thinking like, oh my god, this is so annoying. But like, I want to post. Like, I thoroughly enjoy making the content. It's so fun.
It's fun.
But a lot does go into it.
It takes me an hour sometimes to edit like a 10-second video. I'm like, what's my like? Do other people do this? Like, go through this? Like, take this one? I'm like,
But to get that 10-second clip, I had to go through all the footage and find the best 10 seconds out of the 7 1-minute clips that I took. And you're getting 10 seconds of it.